One thing about the hustle, you're either born with it or you're not. A lot of you guys were shocked when you heard that we had a landscaping business, but that's not even the origin story of the hustle. I'm gonna give you guys a little window into the person that you're following right now. Me and my wife have been together since I was 21 years old. First, we lived with my grandparents, and that's a whole other crazy ass story. But our second apartment was college housing. And this is where the hustle begins. My wife was attending a really well-known university, and I had a lot of international students. Students would come build a life here in the States for 4 years, and then eventually they had to take a plane back home. I can't even believe I'm saying this on the internet. Our dumpsters were in the middle of our college housing, okay? It was kind of in the middle of the circle. And we started driving by and we're like, wait a minute, what are people leaving out there? We started noticing gaming chairs, desks, tables, TVs, you name it. Anything that couldn't fit in an airplane was sitting out front of our house. And that was how we started our Facebook Marketplace business. We made an extra $28,000 that year reselling stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Now from there, leveraged that income and bought our first property. That property sits on over 5 acres of land. So we needed a lot of heavy duty lawn equipment to be able to keep up with that many acres. Long story short, 6 months later, Taja's parents are looking to move to Florida. And we're presented with an opportunity to buy a second house in less than a year. One thing you have to know is that ego is the death of any hustle. No savings. We're looking at each other like, fuck, we gotta move in with the parents. At this point, I'm 23. I'm like, I'm too old to be living with anybody's parents. They were gracious enough to let us move in, and we ended up saving and living with them for over 8 months while running our landscaping business. We already bought a truck from all the shit that we were moving around from our dumpster diving days. We already had all the equipment that we had needed to run our own big property. We opened up our own LLC and just started pulling huge contracts. I'm talking like over $40,000 at a time contract. This is how I'm gonna leave off part one. If you are a woman that ever feels like your body doesn't fit into what society wants it to be, you ever feel like you're too tall or too strong, when every other tool has been stripped from you, you will have your body and you will have your brain. Invest in that and go to college. Know that strength is nothing to ever be ashamed of. And don't let anybody tell you shit about your hustle, because the outrageous shit always makes the best origin story.